The oldest continuously operated Chinese restaurant in the United States, Peking Noodle Parlor, gets plenty of press coverage, has its own Wikipedia page, and was featured in one of our previous episodes. But little is known about the second oldest continuously operated Chinese restaurant. Today, we will talk about Tong Fong Low, founded in 1912 in Oroville, a small town in Northern California. Hi, my name is Christy, and this is the American Chinese Food Show. Oroville was established as the home base of navigation on the Feather River flowing out of the Sierra Nevada onto Sacramento Valley to supply gold miners during the California Gold Rush. In the latter half of the 19th century, there were as many as 10,000 Chinese in the area. Tong Fong Low is not even the oldest Chinese establishment in Oroville you can visit today. The Chinese population pooled resources together and built the first Chinese temple in the area, the Oroville Chinese Temple, in 1863. Tong Fong Low, the name means Building of the East, was opened in 1912. I paid a visit earlier this year before my baby was born. The reason I love the history of this restaurant is because it's a classic immigrant family story you see and hear everywhere in the country. Tong Fong Low was started by a man named Li Yu. Li Yu and his brother left a small village in the Canton province around 1900 to work in a laundry in Oroville with their uncle. And after many years, he decided to go into the restaurant business with a friend who was the cook. This is how Charlie Li Yu opened the restaurant now named Tong Fong Low as Charlie's. About 20 years later, Li Yu's son Fred Ji emigrated from China in 1936 and joined his father in Oroville in operating Tong Fong Low. As a 17-year-old teenager, Fred could only speak Chinese, so he enrolled in the 3rd grade at Bird Street School in order to learn English while working at the restaurant. Li Yu eventually moved back to China in the 1950s, leaving Fred to run the family business. After serving the United States Army during World War II, Fred Ji ran the restaurant until he retired. Fred had a total of 9 kids. All of them became established professionals, owning a pharmacy, teaching engineering at Stanford University, and so on. None wanted to continue running the restaurant. A new family, Fei Wong and Yuk Ching Lee, took over the restaurant in 1988. And a similar story took place again. Fei Wong's son Brian Wong recalled, "I was going to high school in San Francisco and spent many weekends and summers peeling shrimp, making noodles, bussing tables, and washing dishes to help with the family business. The family was very happy to see me each weekend when I delivered Chinese vegetables and other supplies from the city." In 1997, Fei Wong wanted to retire and asked if Brian wanted to take over the restaurant. By then, Brian had already graduated from UC Davis as a mechanical engineer. Questions arose on where he would start his family. After some contemplation, Brian and his sister Sandy Wong stepped up and took over the family restaurant. 110 years, over 2 generations in 2 families, Tong Fong Low has been an ingrained part of the Oroville community. This is what I immediately noticed when I paid a visit there. The servers know the customers' names and the customers know what they want without looking at the menu. When they celebrated their 100-year anniversary, the whole town came out. Just like current owner Brian Wong said, "I'm in my 40s now, but I'm still seeing the same people that I saw at the restaurant as a teenager." Let's take a look at the menu. The restaurant has a solid offering of classic American Chinese food. Appetizer includes egg roll, wonton with cream cheese and crab, chicken salad, and mushu. Soup includes wonton soup, hot and sour, egg flour, and seaweed soup. But it also has newer Cantonese dishes that you start to see only in the past few decades, like Hong Kong-style chow mein, Singapore noodle, tomato beef chow mein. I imagine these were added to the menu when Fei Wong took over in the 90s. I ordered the Hong Kong style noodles with chicken. I love the old school plate. You can't even easily get these in China anymore. Hong Kong style noodles are dry pan fried noodles with a hot gravy on top, so the remaining heat will cook the rest of the noodles. When you first start eating the dish, the egg noodles are super crispy. As you dig further into the middle, you get that soft, savory texture. It's one of my favorites to order at restaurants because it's just a bit too much work to make it at home as a quick lunch. The gravy sauce is usually a lot of vegetables like bok choy, carrot, ginger with the choice of meat, usually chicken or seafood. This dish I got from Tong Fong Low was great, exactly how I wanted it. I loved the abundance of vegetables in it and the meat was fresh. Owner Brian Wong said they've kept some of the dishes from the original menu, like egg foo young. I found some of the old menus on the Tong Fong Low Instagram account. The oldest menu should be from around the 30s with a 3-digit telephone number. The tagline, all kinds of Chinese dishes Eastern style. Party dinners and after theatre parties a specialty. Can also be seen in this ad on the Oroville Mercury Register in 1935. There's a section for chow mein, fried rice, noodles, even a fried dishes one with chow yuk, meaning stir-fry meat with bean sprout, water chestnut, green pepper, and more. The soup offering was very different from what we have today, but very common during that time. Chicken rice soup, chicken noodle soup, and even chicken tamales. There were 7 types of chop suey and 3 egg foo young in the 30s menu. And Tong Fong Low today still offers 5 egg foo young and 4 chop suey almost 100 years later. I'm going to end this episode with a fortune I got at Tong Fong Low. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and if you happen to be in Oroville, definitely stop by Tong Fong Low to get some good old American Chinese food. If you like our content, please subscribe to our channel. See you soon.